to the roving Ballards.
Breakfast with the Ballards.
We're hoping to make this a monthly, if I can get at it in time, thing, just to kind of keep you guys informed on what we're doing, how the van build's coming, where we've been chilling or working or whatever. So we'll get you guys caught up a little bit. We no longer have the bus. I think most of you know that at this point. If not, we no longer have the bus.
We broke out of the prison bus.
We did buy a 2024 Ford Transit. Bought it brand new. Very blessed. Very fortunate. We're able to completely get it paid for, so no
monthly payments.
No monthly payments, which is fabulous.
Worked our butts off for a year, over a year at DigiKey in Minnesota, and we're thankful for that opportunity to get this van.
Very, very. So we left Minnesota after we got the van, drove down to Florida to get our taxes, our tags, not our taxes.
And paid our taxes on it.
Paid our taxes.
Ouch.
That was a big ouchie. So we did that, and then we went over to Alabama to work for a little bit, and then came over to Florida to chill, and we stayed with some friends. We did a little mooch docking. For those of you who don't know what mooch docking is, I think most of you know, but for those of you who don't know, you're basically staying in a friend's backyard. You're mooching. You're being a mooch.
And we did little jobs here and
We
there.
did a lot of little jobs for them, so.
Well, yeah, we did a lot of little jobs for them, but then we also did some DoorDash and some other opportunities we had.
Some other, yeah. So, you know, we had a little money coming in. Now we're getting ready to head to Georgia to another little job that we have planned out, and then we're heading to, drum roll please, da, 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 da. New Hampshire. We're going to go work at Clark's Bears or Clark's Trading Post in New Hampshire for the summer.
Lincoln, New Hampshire.
Lincoln, New Hampshire. They have a live bear show. I'll try to put a link in our description so you guys can check it out.
78 degrees.
Yeah, 78 for the high in the summer. We're going to be happy.
July and August high, 78. Woo, woo, woo.
We will be happy campers. Quite literally happy campers. So we have been doing little things to the van, and we'll kind of take you guys in a few minutes. We're doing a temporary build until we do our final build. And so we've kind of been in the process of doing that, just to get it livable until we do what we want to do with it. So anything you want to add right now?
As with everything in life, everything's a learning experience.
Everything's a learning
experience. Take it as it comes. Learn what you can. Take the next step.
Yep, exactly. All right, guys, we're going to finish our breakfast. We'll be back in a few minutes to show you some of the things we did to the van already. Okay, everybody, we're back. I just figured we'd show you guys the van. We'll do a little walk around. Her name is Gypsy, or the roving Gypsy, since we're the roving Ballards. She's a 2024 medium roof. What motor does it have, Jace?
It has the V6 non-turbo. It is a 148-inch wheelbase, non-extended, just standard. So it's longer than the short, but shorter than the long.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but she's a silver color. Everybody seems to do black or white. We wanted something a little different. Eventually we're going to maybe do a brush guard. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, with a winch in the front.
We'll definitely do a winch, but not sure about the brush guard just yet.
Depending on weights. It is a Ford Transit 150, which is very confusing to people because an F-150 is, classified F-150, F-250. You think half ton, 3/4 ton. Well, on the vans, the T-150 is a 3/4 ton, and you go up from there to the 250 and the 350. Most people want to start out with a 250 or 350 because they think they need it for the weight. This is, in fact, a 150, and it is a 3/4 ton van.
We did opt to get the camera system all the way around, and honestly, I'm so glad we did.
It helps. We didn't want any windows because we've experienced windows and the heat they let in and the cold they let in and the condensation. And without windows, I mean, I'm a truck driver, so I'm used to just using mirrors anyway, but the cameras really help, no matter what your level of driving is.
It's nice when you're not used to driving something this big in tight parking spaces. It's nice to have the cameras. It gives me a little extra peace of mind because I'm not used to driving stuff that big.
Yeah, and parking spaces, parking lots, fast food places, the way you're backing out and you know you got that rear camera, it shows really great behind you. If somebody's coming past you, you can't see them in your mirrors because they're at a distance coming. You see them in your cameras before you even start backing out.
Yep.
It's really handy.
All right, guys, give us a minute. We'll take you inside. All right, y'all, quick reminder. This is a temporary build till we actually do what we want to do. All right, Jace, go ahead. Okay, so we do still have our yacht refrigerator freezer, which we're going to do a video on that later. We've had several people ask us to. So there will be a video hitting soon on their yacht refrigerator freezer. We did have that in the bus. That's one of the things we took out. So we do have that in this nice little cabinet that Jason put in.
And a big, huge battery supply.
I started to say, you want to explain what's in there?
Underneath is 800 amp hours of Renogy REGO batteries. Really, really awesome. Awesome. You can't imagine the power. It is awesome.
We boondocked for 5 days?
5 days with nothing but the batteries, and we only got down to 80%, and that's running everything to cook with, the microwave, the Instapot, the
Induction cooktop, everything. So I'll put some photos in here and a link to the Renogy REGO batteries. They're really awesome. We highly recommend them. So over here you'll see that we have Jason built in some space for our clothing and things. So I like to use those cubes. Keeps everything organized.
And we did save our solar that came off the bus. Currently we do not have our solar panels hooked up. So as we say, we run strictly off of our batteries till we get them recharged, and they last forever. We do have a DC to DC charger, so when we're driving down the road, we can recharge them as well, though.
So you did just a quick bed frame back here, right?
I did just a 2x4 bed frame, which, you know, gets us up off the floor, because originally we had the bed on the floor, and you have to help each other up and down off the floor, which is hard.
When you have to help each other out of bed, it gets a little difficult. We do have a TV back here. And then I'm going to flip you around.
Hey, everybody!
Get down here so we can see this cabinet that Jason just got finished the other day. We have some storage up here for toiletries and things, our microwave there, and then down at the bottom, super hard to film,
it's still the dishwasher
is
drawer.
the dishwasher drawer. You guys have seen the dishwasher drawer in action.
And we
still have it.
Have our dishwasher drawer.
Still have it. That's one of the things I just could not bring myself to give up. It's going to fit in the build. It's going to be a little tight, but we're going to make it work.
And yes, we are going to have a wet bath with a toilet and a shower.
Can't wait to show you guys how we're going to get that to fit in here. So we did opt to get the headliner
With the shelf.
with the shelf, and we got the biggest, I think they call them an infotainment unit. We got the biggest one that Ford offers right now. We did this because, number one,
Navigation as
the
well.
navigation is fabulous. The maps are enormous, so you can read everything before you get there.
And then your cameras.
And the cameras is full screen, so you can see everything. Got it with all the bells and whistles. Wish we could have got the leather instead of the cloth, but that wasn't an option on the 150.
Later.
And you'll see I've got my window covers on. I'm going to go ahead and put a plug in here for the Wanderful. These are great magnetic window covers. I'll put a link in the description to the Wanderful. They fit perfectly on here.
And later we will do swivel seats. The Ford Transits is really interesting. On the driver's seat, there is a power outlet. It handles up to 60 amps. It's easy to connect to for your DC to DC battery charger. It's really awesome.
We do love the Gypsy, right?
Yes, yes. It's
All
nice and will be much nicer.
Yes.
Much more to come. Hello everybody, we're back. We are at a campground, even though you can't tell that we're actually hooked up, because where's our cord at? Okay, so we are hooked up. We have a regular RV extension cord, and we have it hooked up without drilling any holes into the side of the van and nothing like that. There's a very awesome way to hook up on the Ford Transit. Where underneath the frame, under the body, you have these rubber plugs that you remove the plug, and you can go straight up into the van without drilling a hole for your electric. It's here for you too.
We're going to crawl down there and show you.
Right there. So right here, behind the bumper, is the box to your left right there. Is our electric box. And you have, so under here you have two plugs, if you tilt them out there. So on the Ford Transit, you have these rubber plugs. This one to the right is not the one you want, but there's one to the left on the outside that you remove the plug, and you can go straight up into the van with your electric cord. It goes up into the door pillar, and there's another plug on the door pillar where you have access to run your electric in there. So you have it all hooked up. When you unhook, this is a completely waterproof box. When you unhook, this closes and latches, and it's completely waterproof. And no one even knows you have it when you're driving. They do not even see that you have an electrical connection. So it's nice and stealthy. And, sorry, I couldn't see what I was doing there. And it's simple. And no one even knows it's there.
Pretty stealth until we get our solar panels up. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for our very first episode of Breakfast with the Ballards. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll link everything that I told you I was going to link in the comments. Hopefully I don't forget anything. Please subscribe, like, share, go over to Instagram, give us a follow. We're the Roving Ballards over there as well. Anything you have to add, Jace?
Y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, we're wishing you very safe travels and lots of adventures.